Okay, welcome back to part 2 of our online class of Saturdays, 10th of December 2022. In part 2, we will be discussing the core feature of monopolistic competition, which is differentiated goods. So we'll define what differentiated goods is and the different type of spectrums or ranges that differentiated goods exhibit, for which reason monopolistic competition, although it is dubbed as one market, can change over time, and we can have different type of monopolistic competitive markets within the same locality. Okay, so let's go back to our slides. Can you see the slides?
Yes, sir.
Okay, lovely. So monopolistic competition, this market was independently identified in the same year, 1933, by Edward Chamberlain in Harvard, Cambridge, and Joanne Robinson in Cambridge, England. Joanne Robinson actually নাম দিয়েছিল imperfect competition, and Edward Chamberlain named it monopolistic competition, and his name stayed. Acha. And this his naming was more practical because in the naming of this market we have two words, monopoly and competition. Competition means that we don't have a significant market share. এই জিনিসটা আমরা অনেকবার বলছি, তাই না?
Yes, sir.
And monopoly মানে কি? We have a market share, right? তাই তো?
Yes, sir.
Competition means that we don't have a significant market share. At the same time, the nature of the market is such that farms have some certain degree of monopoly. They have some তাদের একটা relevant market, তাদের একটা strategic set of consumers আছে যাদের সাথে সে একটা monopoly power play করতে পারে. That's why we call it monopolistic competition. It has elements of both monopoly, it has elements of both competition. Acha. Now, I think we have discussed this many times, that when we have homogeneous goods, no matter how many sellers are selling, whether that is 2 sellers or 100 sellers, they will sell at the same price, তাই না? The goods.
Yes, sir.
তাহলে আমাদের দরকার নাই এটা। এটা আমরা we can skip it. Now, what is a differentiated good? Differentiated good is not different. Yes, sir. Differentiated means the two goods are similar to each other but not identical. Okay, so if we have a red pen and a black pen, they give the same utility, a writing tool. But because the color of the ink is different, so what do we observe? We observe that some people are going to want to buy black ink, some people will want to buy red ink, তাই না?
Yes, sir.
So if I'm a buyer, do I observe the two things at the same, red ink and red pen and black pen? একইভাবে দেখি আমি? Do I see the two pens as the same, red pen and
No.
black pen? I don't.
No.
If I don't see the two pens as the same pen, I will be willing to offer two different prices, right?
Yes.
এখন কোনটা বেশি করব কোনটা কম করব, that issue comes later, but since they are no longer identical in my eyes, I will not offer the same price because they're not homogeneous in my eyes. So what happens is, a certain segment of the market, they will be wanting black ink, a certain segment of the market will be wanting red ink. তাহলে কি আমার মার্কেটটা কি দুটা ভাগে ভাগ হয়ে গেল না?
Yes, sir.
এখন এমন হতে পারে যে the government has fixed all the price of the pens same. যে whatever the price of the red ink is, the price of the black ink will also be same. তারপরেও কি মার্কেট পাওয়ার থাকবে না?
Yes.
কিভাবে থাকবে? Most of the people, many of the people, sorry, practically will demand a black pen. So black pen may be 70% of the total market share. Red pens may be 30. তাইলে if I'm selling only red, আমার কিন্তু 30% market share. তাই না?
Yes, sir.
And if I'm selling, say, ব্ল্যাক, তাহলে ওখানে আমার 70% মার্কেট শেয়ার আছে, ঠিক আছে, এবার বুঝছো?
Yes, sir.
So even if the price of the two commodities is the same, তারপরেও কিন্তু এক একজনের মার্কেট শেয়ার কিন্তু একই রকম। Now let's give another example. We all know ODC, right? Opposite Dhaka College.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We're all familiar with that market. আচ্ছা, এখানে অনেকগুলো মার্কেট আছে, ছোট ছোট দোকান, এবং more or less everybody sells at the same price, তাই না?
Yes, sir.
খুব বেশি কি
Yes,
ডিফারেন্স হয়?
No, sir.
No.
But isn't it that every seller in that ODC market has a their relevant strategic consumers, যে তারা সবসময় তার কাছেই যাবে,
Yes, sir.
অথবা ওই ওই লোকের কাছে না যাক, একটা পার্টিকুলার কর্নারে এই এই স্পেসিফিক গার্মেন্টস আছে, এই তিনটা দোকান ভালো বিক্রি করে। তো আমি যদি ইফ আই মাই টার্গেট ইজ টু বাই দোজ টাইপ অফ গার্মেন্টস, আমি সোজা মার্কেটটাতে ঢুকে ওই জায়গাটাতে যাব, এরকম আমার মতো অনেকে যাবে না?
Definitely.
Yes.
So what implication does this have? So if those three shops are located in a place and they sell nice hoodies or nice jackets or whatever, অনেক মানুষ কিন্তু এখানে আসবে এবং একটু বেশি দাম দিয়ে হলেও কিনবে, তাই তো?
Yes, sir. Right.
Yes, sir.
But is their monopoly power as large as say Cat's Eye?
No, sir.
এই তো, this is the difference between monopoly, this is where monopolistic competition comes in. ওই যে those three particular shops where good jackets or অথবা মেয়েদের হয়তো নাইস একটা ড্রেস বিক্রি হচ্ছে, they're charging a little bit more, and some people are going to come there because of their previous experience যে হ্যাঁ এখানে কোয়ালিটি জিনিস পাওয়া যায়, and in a competitive market to get a quality thing you have to pay a higher price. So all these firms are they're enjoying a little bit of market power, but is their monopoly power as big as a big brand like say Cat's Eye or say Artisan or Deshi Dosh or whatever? ওদের মতো কি আছে?
No, sir.
এইটা হলো মনোপলিস্টিক কম্পিটিশন। এবার লজিকটা বোঝা গেছে? হ্যাঁ,
Yes, sir. Sir, it's like a group of seller is enjoying the benefit of being,
of being what?
sir, being majority of the market power or something like similar.
No, এখানে আমরা স্ট্র্যাটেজিক কনজিউমার্স। আচ্ছা, let me say it like this. আচ্ছা, তোমাদের ওখানে again I have to get back to that snacks shops. ওখানে 5টা দোকান যদি থেকে থাকে, each one of you in this class has their favorite shop, তাই না? তোমাদের স্ন্যাক শপস গুলোতে তোমাদের ক্যাম্পাসের?
Yes, sir.
আচ্ছা, এখন for whatever reason you like everybody likes one shop over the other shops, right? তাহলে প্রত্যেকটা দোকানে কিছু বাধা কাস্টমার আছে না?
Yes, sir.
মানে they know that at least their genuine customers will always come every day. তাহলে those customers are their strategic customers, এবং এদের মাধ্যমে সিঙ্গারা প্রত্যেকটা দাম কিন্তু সেম। 5টা দোকান আছে, 5টা দোকানের সিঙ্গারা অন্যান্য স্ন্যাক্স এর দাম সেম, কিন্তু আমি জানি যে এইটুক মার্কেট শেয়ার কিন্তু আমার প্রতিদিন থাকবে, সেটা 5% হোক আর 7% হোক। এটা তাহলে একটা মনোপলি পাওয়ার পাচ্ছি না আমি?
Yes, sir.
But the problem is that this monopoly power doesn't give me a significant amount of power where I can change the industry, like say Grameenphone. এবার বোঝা গেছে?
Yes, sir.
ওকে, গুড। তাহলে এখন আমরা আমি একটা পজ দেই, নামাজটা আজানটা শেষ হোক। Now we can talk if you want. না না না, কথা না, আজানটা শেষ হোক, অসুবিধা নেই। Okay, sorry for the pause. What we were saying that the main feature of monopolistic competition for which some firms have a little bit of monopoly power is because of differentiated goods, because the goods are viewed differently in the eyes of different consumers. What could happen over time? Is everybody hearing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What could happen over time? আমরা যদি over time জিনিসটাকে analysis করি, can we assume that everybody's efficiency will remain the same over time? This is a very impractical assumption, তাই না?
Yes, sir.
What will happen is some farms will become more efficient than others over time. So what will happen? If we look at what do you call it? The mobile phone industry, not the people who are producing, but the mobile phone industry, এখানে নানান ব্র্যান্ডের যে নানান ফিচার্স এর ফোন পাবো না আমরা, স্টার্টিং ফ্রম 800 আপ টু ইভেন 2 লাখ টাকা।
Yes, sir.
We can find mobile phones that start from say 800 taka up to say 2 lakh taka. Now, they are all, the differentiation level is so high that can we compare the 2 lakh taka phone with the 800 taka phone?
No, sir.
Acha. So what implication does this have? Over time, the more efficient firms become more and more efficient, and they differentiate their product from their competitors. So over time, the products become totally different. For example, if you look at the automobile industry, you can find cars that start from 5 lakh taka up to say 5 crore taka. The 5 crore taka te jeta ache, এই গাড়িটা কি 5 লাখ টাকার গাড়ির চেয়ে টোটালি ডিফারেন্ট না? The degree of differentiation is totally different na? Can we compare a 5 crore taka car with a 5 lakh taka car? We can't.
Obviously, no, sir. No, we
No,
can't.
sir.
The only thing we can say is that yes, they are the utility is the same. They take you from point A to point B. But can we compare? But we cannot compare the 5 crore taka car with the 5 lakh taka car, because the degree of differentiation is so much that the two segments are now totally different from each other. This is what happens in monopolistic competition over time. The whole market segregates into two components. In one component, we have oligopoly. In another component, we have a highly competitive market. So let's get back to the designer clothes example. In Odyssey, we have lots of small firms. Some of them have some market power, but in the total industry, they are not significant. This is highly competitive segment of the shirts market. But at the same time, there are 4 or 5 or few firms at the other end, which are dominant firms. এগুলোকে বলে dominant firms. They operate under like an oligopoly market. এরকম অনেক উদাহরণ দেখা যাবে না? প্রচুর রেস্টুরেন্টস আছে ঢাকা শহরে, কিন্তু কয়েকটা রেস্টুরেন্টস আছে না, they command a huge market share.
So does this come down to a term of branding? Like the branding power is strong, so they're getting the added benefit.
হ্যাঁ, ব্র্যান্ডিং তো বটেই, কিন্তু ব্র্যান্ডিং এ তো one thing I've always encouraged you guys to do is to think about a range. তোমাদের ইউনিভার্সিটি ওখানে যে স্ন্যাক্স গুলো বিক্রি হয়, ওগুলো ব্র্যাক ইউনিভার্সিটি স্ন্যাক্স, that's one branding. At the same time, this same shingara can easily sell at 10 times the price, তাই না, somewhere else?
Yeah, very possible. Yes.
So the level of branding has a it has a range. When the branding is not very weak, then your market power is small. When the branding becomes more and more strong, তাহলে তখন কি মার্কেট পাওয়ারটা আরো বেড়ে যাবে না?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So
For sure.
that's what happens ultimately under monopolistic competition over time. The market segregates into two parts. This is the modern approach. So if you look at the say shirts market, you will find top 4 or 5 vendors who huge market share, whereas there are lots of vendors in markets like ODC or Bongo Bazar. Yes, they have a lot of sales, but they command market power only within a very small segment, a very small strategic consumers, তাই না?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Did somebody say something? Okay, তাহলে এখন আমরা ইয়েতে যাই. Where is the এই যে differentiated goods ওই যে যেটা বললাম, similar but different in the first buyers and then sellers. এই জিনিসগুলো আমাদের বলা দরকার নাই, sellers per se এটাও বলা দরকার নাই. এই যে এইটা হলো when goods are homogeneous goods, they are perfect substitutes. So there is no reason to offer two different prices from a buyer's point of view. From a seller's point of view, seller cannot even think of charging a higher price because he'll lose his entire market share. And from cross price elasticity, we have also shown that when goods are perfect substitutes, the cross price elasticity is plus infinity. আচ্ছা এখন এই যে this is what I wanted to say. The more differentiated X good is over Y good, the higher the price of X over Y. এটা ঠিক আছে তো? 5 কোটি টাকা দামের গাড়ি ডেফিনেটলি 5 লক্ষ টাকা দামের গাড়ির চেয়ে অনেক বেশি ডিফারেন্সিয়েটেড না?
অবশ্যই স্যার। জি।
That's why that car commands 5 crore টাকা, this car commands 5 lakh টাকা, মানে 100 ভাগের 1 ভাগ. Why does this happen? Because over time the more efficient farms become more and more efficient, so their level of the degree of differentiation becomes wider, and as the degree of differentiation becomes wider, what happens is slowly over time the goods become different from each other. So modern approach টা হচ্ছে এই যে this is the modern approach, যে দাঁড়াও কোথায় গেল, আরে এটা কি হলো এখন, just a second. না এটা কমে গেছিল, বন্ধ হয়ে গেছিল আমার মনিটরটা. এই তো হ্যাঁ, এই যে the more successful farms who earn profits over time can invest to make their products better than competitors. So we have to the segregation into two parts, right? ঠিক আছে তো? And এটা যে আমাদের কোয়ালিটেটিভ ডিফারেন্সিয়েশন, এটা একটা কোয়ালিটেটিভ ডিফারেন্সিয়েশন হলো. কসমেটিক ডিফারেন্সিয়েশনটা কি? The same model is being made in China and made in Bangladesh. A73 এখন বাংলাদেশে তৈরি হয় না? Does anybody know whether A73 is now being produced in Bangladesh? Hey, have you guys disappeared? Huh? তোমরা আছো?
জি স্যার,
Yes, sir. অবশ্যই আছে, sir.
Okay. You guys aren't saying anything. Acha, we all know that A73 Samsungs are now produced in Bangladesh, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes, sir.
এখন if somebody offers you an A73 made in China, yes, they're different, but isn't the difference a cosmetic differentiation? Does it affect the price or the quality?
Sometimes, when if you buy it, buying decision এটা কিছু matter করে.
না তা করতে পারে, but এটা খুব cosmetic না.
Yeah, mostly cosmetic. না.
So
Yeah,
there's two types of differentiation. একটা হচ্ছে if there is a qualitative differentiation, yes, then A73 A73 and A53, they will command two different prices. Otherwise it's just a cosmetic. So the modern approach is that there will be few dominant firms in one side of the market under monopolistic competition who act as an oligopoly, and in this other part there will be many fringe firms, ছোট farms. ঠিক আছে, ঢাকা কলেজের সামনে opposite ইয়াগুলো. আচ্ছা, what are the reasons for that? Geographical location can be an argument. Okay. Special characteristics of customers, think how. And we say another one, which is others. Okay. এখন এই জিনিসটা আমাদের দরকার। এই যে now I'm just going to read these. This is how the problem might appear in a class test or in your final. So what are the core assumptions of monopolistic competition? There is only one core assumption, that is what? Differentiated goods. So what are the different dimensions of the differentiated goods? How do other factors interplay in shaping this market? Then you can think in the context of an example from Bangladesh. ঠিক আছে?
স্যার মার্কেট শেয়ার নিয়ে একটা কোয়েশ্চেন ছিল যে
Sure.
মার্কেট শেয়ার আমরা কি এটা বলতে চাচ্ছি যে ওদের প্রাইস সেটিং এবিলিটিটা যে কতটুকু প্রাইসকে কন্ট্রোল করতে পারে, ইজ দ্যাট হোয়াট মার্কেট শেয়ার মিনস?
No, market share, if you cannot set the price, for example, the price of the snacks in your university is the same. Because everybody sells, say puri at the same rate, তাই না? কোনো দোকান কি দুইটা দাম বিক্রি করে? তোমাদের
না স্যার।
আচ্ছা, how do these people have market share? Because throughout the whole day, যদি 10,000 pieces of puris বিক্রি হয়, I know that I will always be able to sell 2,000. তাহলে আমার market share এসে গেল না একটা?
ইয়েস স্যার।
So market share is not necessarily related to pricing ability. It's related to how much you can sell in the total sales of the industry. Ever clear? The person
Yes, sir, clear.
question?
Yes.
মানে price কিন্তু same. তোমাদের ওখানে সিঙ্গারা তারপর অন্যান্য স্ন্যাক্স গুলো they sell at the same prices, price by all the sellers. কিন্তু each seller does not sell the same amount. Some sellers sells more, some sellers sell less. So the market share is how much are you selling in the total sales. Ever clear?
Yes, sir, clear. Thank you.
Okay. So does anybody have any other questions? Any questions in this particular part? আছে?
No.
Okay, in that case, আমি এটা বন্ধ করছি. So this is the end of part 2.